morning, everybody. It's me again, your teacher Ali Susi. Today, inshallah, we will finish and complete our lesson of writing with linking words. And this time, we're going to see concession links, the links of concession or linking words of concession. I have listed them here. They are the most used ones. These three groups, I have arranged them into groups. And we're going to study them each group in detail. So let's take the example of this sentence. Ali is ill. Ali comes to school. As we have seen with the other types of linking words, like with cause and effect, the type of the relation, العلاقة between the two sentences, is a relationship of cause-effect, سبب نتيجة. But here, in this type of linking words, which is concession, the relation is not clear. العلاقة ما بيناش ما واضحاش مزيان clearly as in cause and effect. But follow with me this example. Ali is ill. Now, if Ali is ill, our expectation توقع ديالنا, what is it? Is that he is going to go to the hospital, or at least على الأقل he will stay at home. غادي يجلس في الدار. ولكن Ali comes to school, but Ali comes to school. So the idea of concession is that we are surprised by the second sentence. It destroys all our expectations. تحطم كاع التوقعات اللي كنا كنتسناوها. That's why فيها الidea ديال surprise. We are surprised. The idea behind these two sentences is this. I'm going to connect the two sentences, and then you are going to notice the type of relation. أنا عارف بأنها شويش ambiguous هاد concession, which is misleading. ولكن يتبع معاك. Please. Ali, let's say, Ali comes to school, although he is ill. Now, the sentence here, in Arabic, the idea of word here in Arabic is رغم أو رغم أن أو على الرغم من. And this is the whole lesson. The concession in the lesson المعنى ديالها is the idea of رغم أو على الرغم من. فكاين تضاد تنافر مش تضاد ولكن تنافر. There is تنافر ما بين the two sentences. ماشي تضاد لأنه some people they mislead it with contrast. كاين a little slight difference, كاين اختلاف بسيط ما بين contrast وما بين concession. Contrast is I contrast two people, two things, two different things, ولكن تيضرنا the same aspect, كيضرنا نفس الحاجة, نفس الوجه. مثلا علي is ill, but أحمد is healthy. تنقارن ما بين علي and أحمد فيما يتعلق بالصحة. Here in concession تنقارنوا two aspects, جوج aspects, جوج المظاهر مع نفس الشخص with the same person اللي هو علي. شنو هما جوج المظاهر؟ First one is that he is ill. The second one is that he comes to school. He goes out of the house and comes to school. So Ali comes to school although he is ill. But the sentence here is connected with the use of the word although. بأن although إذا ترجمتيها غتلقى بأن هذه إما رغم أو رغم أن. All of them. كلهم linking words عندنا كاملين هنايا تيخدموا الأيديا ديال رغم malgré. Ali comes to school although he is ill. لاحظتوا معايا? You can notice here the use of although in the middle of the sentence. We can also begin the sentence with although, but we should pay attention to the comma. Then نقول although Ali is ill, comma, he comes to school. You see? The sentence here, you should pay attention. We can begin either by the linking word although in the beginning, but if we begin with the word although, you need to make or to write a comma in the middle of the two sentences. Here. If you put it in the middle of the sentence, there is no comma and you can read the sentence without a pause. The same thing is done with the three other linking words. Although, though, even though, and even if. They are interchangeable. تبادلين. يمكن نستخدمهم كلهم في نفس الجملة بنفس الطريقة. Although here. Now, let's move on to the second group. The group of despite and in spite of. واللي هادو سنردو معاهم البان. They are a little bit, they need a little attention. So, let's follow under ماشي مشكل. If I need to use despite and in spite of, I need to make sure to write a noun before them or a gerund. Sometimes we can find a gerund because a gerund can work as a noun, can function as a noun. And now, if I want to make this sentence here, the same sentence in the beginning, using despite, I would say Ali comes to school despite. I need a noun. So here I'm going to transform this word here, this adjective into a noun. Very good. Illness. That's good. So let's write this in different color. Despite his illness. Very good. Excellent. So Ali comes to school despite his illness. Or Ali comes to school despite, you can say despite being ill. It's correct also. Acceptable. Or, you remember, if I can't transform the word here into a noun, I can use, excellent, the three magical words, which are the, fact, that. نخدم بيهم هنا. The, fact, that, and the sentence remains as it is, despite the fact that he is ill. So you remember. So we can write this sentence in these three different ways. Either we write despite followed by a noun, or it can be followed by gerund, sometimes if it is possible. Or if I can't use a noun or I can't derive the gerund form, I can use the fact that, the three magic words, and then I keep the sentence as it is, a whole sentence, not a noun. The same thing as we have said with this one, with although, we can also start the sentence with despite. So I can say, despite his illness, Ali comes to school. It's also acceptable. Ali comes to school. So the difference, as I said the other day or in the other video, the fact between beginning with this linking word here or put it in the middle. If I begin with the linking word in the beginning, I mean if I begin with this first clause here, this first part of the sentence, I am giving much more importance to this clause. إذا كان بدأ الجملة اللي كنبدأ بها الأولى إذا كان أعطيها أهمية أكثر كنسطر عليها بالأحمر. So if I begin with despite his illness, فبغيت reader, بغيت listener, القارئ المستمع لي يركز لي على هذه more than this one. يركز على this one more than this one. هذا فقط هو الاختلاف اللي كاين ما بين to begin with despite هنا و to put it in the middle. The one which is in the beginning of the sentence is the one I want the listener to focus and to keep in mind. So this is the second group. What we have said with despite, we can use this with in spite of. يعني the same thing مع in spite of. نفس التعامل. نقدر نقول Ali comes to school in spite of his illness, in spite of being ill, in spite of the fact that he is ill. So I'm going to move now to this group, this one here. Now group number 3. If I want to connect the two sentences using however, nonetheless, nevertheless, yet, still. First, you can notice with me here the use of punctuation. full stop, full stop, full stop, full stop in the beginning of the sentence. That means they are going to be capitalized. Sorry for the mistake. All of them needs to be capitalized, and they are followed by comma. This means that they come in, excellent, in the middle of the two sentences. So, but which sentence I'm going to start with? So here is the problem for students. The students do not know which sentence to begin with. So you need to understand the sentences, both sentences, so that you can know which sentence you are going to begin with. So, in this case here, Ali is ill, full stop. However, comma, he comes to school. This is how we connect the two sentences. Ali is ill, full stop. However, comma, he comes to school. Exactly. So this is how we connect two sentences that have concession as a relation between the two. Ali is ill, however, he comes to school. So we can use all of them here. Ali is ill, nevertheless, he comes to school. Ali is ill, nonetheless, he comes to school, etc. So the lesson is quite easy if you understand the two sentences and which one you are going to use to connect, to begin with, and which one to put in the second place. You should also pay attention to the punctuation, please, full stop and comma. And you should pay attention to despite and despite of, they are always followed by a noun or a gerund. Apart from that, everything will be clear, inshallah. So I'm going to give you a small exercise so that we can see if you understand how to use these linking words. The question is, rewrite the following sentences using the words in brackets. So they give you here sentences and you need to connect them or to rewrite them with the words in brackets. He works hard, he gets very bad marks. Nevertheless, he is very old, he is very strong. Despite. He is young, he is wise, hakim. Even if. She is beautiful, yet nobody wants to marry her, in spite of. This last one is different from the three first ones. This one is already connected with yet, and we need to rewrite it using in spite of. These ones here are separate, and you need to join them. So this is the first one. He works hard, he gets very bad marks. Okay, so first, good. This one is going to be in the middle, because nevertheless is always in the middle. Preceded by a full stop and followed by a comma. Now which sentence is going to be the first one? Good. So he works hard. Full stop. Nevertheless, he gets very bad marks. Very good. What about the second one? He is very old. Very old. كهل. He is very strong. Now the idea of concession. الشخص is very old. كبير في السن. متوقع أنه يكون ضعيف. يعني حالة قد الحال. But he is very strong. That's why قلت لكم in the beginning of the video that concession هي في هذيك surprise. We are surprised by the second sentence. كنكونوا مندهشين ومتفاجئين مع النص الثاني ديال الجملة اللي كيكون كيحمل لنا idea of surprise and the idea of تنافر تنافر ما بين هذه الفكرة وهذه الفكرة هذه. So despite let's start it in the beginning of the sentence. Do you have the phrase الجملة? Yeah. Despite. Good. Followed by noun. Good. Despite. Which one? Here or here? This one. Despite his old age. Little difficult. Singular كبيرة اسم. ما نسويش إلا بدينا despite. He is very strong. Again, إذا ما عرفش نصوب his old age. يمكن نخدم the three magical words. The fact that. Despite the fact that he is very old, he is very strong. And ما ننساوش كمان. Or he is very strong despite the fact that he is very old. Number 3. This one. He is young, he is wise. You have middle. He is wise. Good. Even if he is young. Very good. So remember not enough in the middle. نقدر نبدأ بالأول. Even if he is young, he is wise. The last one. The last one نقدر نردو بالنا. We need to omit this one. نحيدو yet. To have in spite of. Yet is in the middle of the sentence. In spite of كتكون متبوعة by a noun or a gerund. فهنا خصني نرد بالي. Okay, good. So we are going to change the order of the sentence. We are going to begin with this one. Nobody wants to marry her in spite of you know, good, her beauty, جمال يدها, or in spite of the fact that she is beautiful. In spite of her beauty. Beautiful. نحيدو suffix ديال full ديال noun ديال adjective sorry. وعندنا الاي هنا كتحول الى واي باش كنحول الكلمه كامله الى noun from adjective into noun. إذا ما عرفتش كي نخدم بالsuffixes ديالي كندير الكلمات السحرية ديال اللغة the three magical words the fact that and I keep the sentence as it is subject verb and object. So I hope I was helping you. I hope I helped you a little bit with these linking words of concession. So I will design a paper with exercises for you and I will post it to the school's Facebook account so that you can take it and do the exercises. And of course you will find the solutions at the end of the exercise. But please don't cheat. Work first your exercises, do them first, and then you can check the answers. See you next